Welcome back to the Gridiron Soapbox, and in today's video I wanted to take a look at J.K. Dobbins, running back from the Ohio State University. Now, J.K. Dobbins has had a very good season, and I don't think people are talking about him as much as they should be. Over the past couple years, he's shared carries, and he really hasn't had the opportunity to be the #1 guy up until this year. And I think he's taken full advantage of his opportunity to be that guy. Obviously, Ohio State is a very good team with a lot of talent on the field on both sides of the ball, but I think J.K. Dobbins has been one of the most important reasons that Ohio State has been as good as they have been. So we're going to take a look at a play here that just points out the reason why I think J.K. Dobbins is very good and why he's one of the best backs in the country. One thing that I don't think gets talked about as much as far as evaluating running backs is their ability to understand the scheme. And I think it's one of the more important things that a running back should have knowledge of. All right, so in this particular play, you got Nebraska that's lined up. You know, they've got 7 guys in the box. They got 5 guys on the line of scrimmage, and they have 2 linebackers backing those guys up. So Ohio State is running a simple zone play here to the right. You got Justin Fields and J.K. Dobbins in the pistol backfield set. All right, and they're just running zone to the right. All right, the cool thing about this is J.K. Dobbins immediately cuts that thing back. Play is designed to go to the right, blocking scheme to the right, but J.K. Dobbins doesn't see anything there, so he cuts it back. Everybody is accounted for within the box. All right, all 7 guys are accounted for on the line of scrimmage and those 2 linebackers. J.K. Dobbins doesn't see a hole. He doesn't see anywhere to run the ball, so he cuts that thing back. All right, when you cut it back, just know that you're going to have unblocked players that aren't accounted for in the scheme. And with those unblocked players, you're going to have to make somebody miss. I think J.K. Dobbins has a good understanding of that. So immediately he cuts it back, and he's got one-on-one with the safety. And what does he do? He makes that safety miss. As a running back, if you cannot make one guy miss, then you're not going to be effective on the field. You're not going to be effective in college. You're not going to be effective in the NFL. And like I said before, I think J.K. Dobbins is one of the best running backs in the country. And this is what he does really well. You know, he has a lot of good traits. He does a lot of things really well. But on this play, he shows the ability to make defenders miss in the open field. You got a safety that is unblocked. He's responsible for the cutback. He's one of the guys responsible for the cutback. He's running down in the alley, and he has to make this play. J.K. Dobbins knows that. He sees him coming, one-on-one with him and that safety. Now, had he gotten tackled, this would have been a pretty good game. About a 4 or 5 yard game, but we want more than that. We want more than that. When there's an opportunity to make one guy miss and get more yardage, get an explosive play in the run game, you have to be able as a running back to make that happen. The good guys make that happen. The guys that are not so good to average, they'll get tackled and they'll take their 4 or 5 yard gain. But J.K. Dobbins doesn't do that here. He sees that safety coming down in the alley to make that play, and he gives him a quick little step to the outside, sticks his foot in the ground, makes that guy miss, and he gets about 12 to 13 yards here. So, like I said before, one of the most important things, and one of the things that I think is underrated when we're evaluating running backs, is their ability to understand the scheme, understand who's being blocked, and understand who they have to make miss. If you're going to cut this thing back as far as J.K. Dobbins did, then you're going to have to make a guy miss at some point because he's not being accounted for within the scheme of the run game. That guy right here on this particular play was the safety coming down to fill in that alley. J.K. Dobbins sticks his left foot in the ground, makes that guy miss, and he's able to get another 5 to 6 yards on this run and gives Ohio State a first down, and they're able to continue that drive. So, like I said before, J.K. Dobbins is one of the best backs in the country in my personal opinion. I don't think he's being talked about as much, but we'll see how it all works out when it's time for the NFL draft, and we'll see how he performs at the next level.